It is time for week 13 of Project Life. Let's dive in and get this done. So I am going to be using the Ali Edwards Stories by the Month kit. If you see me here gesticulating towards things and all of that, it's because I had a whole video that I had, like a process video, and then ended up not turning my mic on. So here we are with the voiceover. It's fine. So I'm just going to get the photos out here, as you can see, and I'm just going to go over the photos first and then we will talk about all the rest. So the top photo on the left hand side is the unit in my craft room that I had my husband put casters on so that I can use it as an extra storage, like worktop area. There's one on the left there that is of the paper towel holder that I got for my pegboard. There's one of Cosmo underneath the futon for some weird, freaky reason. I'm not sure why he was tunneling under there, but my husband found him underneath there. There's the top right photos. That is Stella. She's also on the bottom left. One of her with her blankets and one having her little chewy treat. One of me and Stella as we were on our way to the vet. Not good. It was fine. It was just a routine. But yeah, shouldn't have done that on her birthday because it was her birthday this week. So there's also one of Cosmo in the middle on the right there. That is him falling asleep on the wheels, the legs of my rolling chair, which made it very inconvenient. And then I've got the bottom two on the right hand side are of me walking in the rain, and I've got Stella. And you can see there, I've just got an insert as well. Those were photos from Stella's birthday of the dogs playing with their toys, their new toys, and having their birthday cake. So I'm going to do that as a little insert. I think it's a 6x8 insert. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 6x8. So it holds a 6x4 on the bottom and then two 3x4s. Now, there's other photos here. There's three other photos that you'll see. There's one on the top left in the middle, one on the bottom left, and then one on the right in the middle. Those are all the book covers of the books that I finished this week. Now, don't get excited. Two of them were only like short stories, but the top left one, it was the life-changing magic of not giving an F, and I changed the color of the book cover in Canva, because it was red text and it was bright red text, and it just clashed with the stuff that was in the March Stories by the Month kit. And I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna change the color. So I changed the color in Canva. I do have a video on how you can do that, and I was specifically more talking about the colors of the kit stuff in the Ali Edwards kit, but you can do that with photos. You can do that with book covers. You can do it with anything. You can see me here. I actually found these little blue, I don't know what to call them, these little blue frames. They were in a Happy Planner, like a memory keeping book, like crafty stuff. And I was like, you know, they match the blue perfectly in this kit. I'm just going to use them. So I made my book covers slightly smaller and then just use those in like in the frame. So, and I have to mount them on some white cardstock because they're not quite big enough to fit into the pockets, which is fine. And you can see me here. I'm just fussing around trying to figure out where I want things. You know, it happens every week. I think I have an order and then I complain about the order that I've done and I just move stuff around. And the funny thing is, I see other people do it and they're like, why am I doing this? I'm like, yeah, I feel ya. I feel ya. I have the same thing. Why am I doing this? So you can see here, I've got 4 pieces of vellum. This kind of yellow and green half circle-y thing. And then the 2 like layered square things, they're all on vellum. So I just move things around, make things like where I think they want to be. You can see that I've cut one of the tags down that was in the kit and made it into a square to fit into one of the vellums. So I have this other tag. It says loving, learning, trying, healing, and living. And it has a little thing on the bottom. It's something about the small stuff or something. I end up cutting that up and using them as little journal strips. I gotta tell you, I was so like, oh my God, what are you doing cutting this up? Like, what? I loved it. I loved it. So I need to remember that I can cut them up. I need to remember that I can cut them up. You can cut things up. But I was really like, oh, are you really doing this, Di? Are you really doing this? So yeah. So I'm just gonna put those on. I do end up changing that one that says living. I changed it for something else. I think I put learning or something. But yeah, I do end up putting different things on those. And you can see I've got a journaling card on the top right. I put another one on the left as I'm, again, fussing around with the order of things and trying to figure out where I want stuff because I can't leave well enough alone. The labels here, the black labels that you see, they're from the March kit, the Stories by the Month kit from, I think it was last year, it could have been the year before. I'm not entirely sure, but it was a March Stories by the Month kit. So I have those off to one side. I've been using those the past couple of weeks. I do like them. I think if I can pick up some more of those or create some of my own, just use the sizes and create some of my own, I think I'm going to do that. So you can see me here, I'm just adding on all of the, the embellishments that I've made and then other embellishments from the kit. So I put the just this tag on me walking in the rain. There's one that says like putting one foot in front of the other or something. That's the one of Stella walking on that bottom right. The life right now is a chipboard. I'm putting that on the one of Cosmo underneath the futon. It just made sense. And I'm trying to use all the last scraps of this kit. And there's not many left, I'm happy to say. There's not many scraps left. And I do end up, you can see off to one side, there's a little chipboard circle. And there's the, I think it's currently or current memory or something. The blue and the coral colored piece. I do end up using those on the insert. So I'm really happy that I don't have much of this month's left. There's some of the word strips which I can use in April, and there's a couple of, I think it's the frame, the ones with the frames, I've got those left as well. But I can use those in other months and with other projects. So yeah, I'm happy that there's not a lot of stuff left in this kit. So you can see me here, I am just using the word strips and some of the little scraps to make little journal spots for. The one of Stella there that I just did, that yellow was off the tag that says Bright Skies on the right hand side. That was off there. So I'm just kind of like using all the little scraps. You can see me here, I'm just like, you know, cutting things down, putting things in. Again, the little journal strips just make a nice little cluster. So it's just the putzing around. It's the putzing around and doing the little detail stuff. The little detail stuff, but I do love all the little detail stuff. The funny thing is, I've put this week in my album, and when I started this, I had this strange idea that I was going to fit everything into one album. The whole 52 weeks plus any inserts would all fit in one album. Newsflash, they're not. They're not. I'm going to fit 6 months in. So I ended up after this like setting up my second album so that it is ready to go. But yeah, I don't know why I thought that I would fit it all into one album, especially when I've got chipboard and stuff and I've done flip ups and I've done inserts. Yeah. But it's fine, it's fine. So you can see me here, I'm just again putting all the little journal cards in, all the little labels in, making my little clusters. And I end up putting the journal spots in and doing little flip ups with that like half circle vellum and just doing little flip ups there, which I absolutely love. And I ended up just doing that with just regular tape, just like regular, like tape, like sellotape, whatever you want to call it, like just regular tape. I find that that works better on vellum than, I don't like washi tape that I can see. Whereas the clear tape, you can't see it on the vellum. So yeah, I just, you know, if it falls off, that's fine. I don't care. I don't care. In hindsight, if I'd known that I was going to do that, I would have saved the little top strip. But yeah, this is the other card that I had off to one side. This was a 6x4, and I end up putting it in cutting it down and putting it in here, and just as a 3x4. And I do go and journal all about the week in there. So that's fantastic. So now I've got most of the little pockets filled, and I just have to think about the title card. I know I want to put the week number in. That's something that I've been doing the whole time, and I've got the little 24th to the 30th off to one side. So I'm just looking at my stamps, because I'm like, I need to use my stamps, because when I bought this kit, and you can do add-ons and get like the shipping, it doesn't cost you anything extra to get the shipping. I bought two of the stamp pads, and they're in similar colors. So I got the green, and I'm like, I'm just going to stamp it in green. So I've got Ali's, I don't remember when, these are maybe from December Daily? I don't remember when they were from. But I've got the stamps, so I get those, and I get the ink pad, and I just make my own little title card. And I'm like, yep, that's exactly what I want to do to bring some more green over into that corner. So I end up stamping that, which I'm really happy about, but I'm also annoyed because I need to sort out my stamp storage, because it's just awful. My stamp storage is awful. So I need to figure out something for that and get that organized, because it's a hot mess. It's a hot mess right now. So I'm going to put that on in the title card, the 13. And then while I have my stamps out, I'm like, hey, I can use the other one and make my my journal card underneath that vellum, and just put a little March underneath there. So I use this stamp set. Again, this is from one of the March stories by the month. I don't remember what year it was from, but a year. I just got it in the sale a while ago. This isn't black, it's actually a very dark blue that goes with the blue in the kit. Now it looks kind of black there, but it's not. So I do that, and then I'm letting that dry a little bit, because I've just got ink everywhere because I am messy. And then I go back and journal the other Right Now card with like the sensors. And I actually did love doing that, like doing the journaling a little bit differently. So that is something that I might want to incorporate in future months. Like, what am I currently watching, listening, reading, and stuff like that. It just, yeah, it was a good exercise for me for that week. And then on the other card, I just put some journaling about Cosmo, and I just feel like I need to start doing more training with him, basically. So I just wrote a little bit of journaling about that in there. And then on the card on the top right, I ended up just doing a little bullet point list of things that happened this week. And you can see I've got my little journal off to one side, and I just generally, as I am doing my planners and my journals for the day, I will write the highlights in there. So that's what that is for. And then that is all the pockets filled in on my main pages. And I just have a little check to make sure that everything is down. And then I have this little insert. Again, this is just a 6x8 insert. And I do have to punch the holes. You'll see me do that later. Punch one of the holes to make sure that it fits. But I'm just going to put two of the photos back to back. That is my 6x4. And you'll see me put these in and out of the pockets multiple times before I realise that I need to put journaling and stuff on there before anything. I'm pretty sure I bought the inserts from Hobby Lobby. So I had this journal card that said just this, and I just like, I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. So why put it in? So that one, that little die cut that says current memories, I end up cutting the little tag bit off because I don't need it. And then I use my corner rounder, my corner chomper, and then just round the corners, and then just cut a little bit off, and it was perfect. I'd been trying to use that for about 3 weeks, that little die cut, and I finally got it done. So yeah, I just put core memories on there. So these are just photos of the dogs with their new toys, which literally lasted about 15 minutes before they all got torn apart. And you can see there all the toy fluff on the sofa. Again, using those labels as little journal spots. And I'm just putting little word strips on just to fill the space, make it like a little cluster. So yeah, and then the other photos are of the dogs eating their birthday cake. And I remember here that I have that one piece of chipboard that I'm trying to use up. So I end up trying to fill that in. I do put some more journaling on one of the photos, and then try and use that little chipboard piece to just get it used, because again, I can't use that any other way because it matches the decor of the half circle stuff. So I actually end up cutting it in half and then just using it on 2 of the photos just to get it used up. I think that was a good choice, but in hindsight, what I wished I'd done is the way that I cut it here, as you'll see, is I had both of the yellow pieces on one half. I wish I'd done it the other way so that the yellow was on like one on each half, because now it just looks like there's no yellow on one of the halves, which is annoying. Just little silly details like that kind of annoy me in the long run. So yeah, and I'm trying to hear like, well, where can I put this? Where can I put this little half? I don't want to throw it away. So I end up just putting it on the photo in the end and just getting it used. So just small little details like that. Sometimes I'm just like, missed opportunity to have a bit of yellow on both. So I'm bringing my album back in and I'm going to put everything into the album. But before then, I'm going to show you a little kind of overview of everything that I've done. Of course, I've got both pages. And there's a little flip up in the journaling. I think I might end up doing a little like half circle out of the bottom of the vellum, but that will be for another day, not for today. And then I've got the insert here, the little 6x8 insert, which then I realized that I have to punch the holes. That's why I love that big hole punch, the We Are Memory Keepers one. Punches through the holes in the plastic just great. And then I realized that I'm going to want a little tab on the insert, because I just like to have that little tab. Just like to have it. I just like to have a little tab. So I put that on. There's a spare piece of vellum off to one side. I think about that. But then I remember there's the little end of one of the tags or the journaling cards. I think it was the tag, the one that I cut up. I don't remember what it says, something about stopping and slowing down or something, or good things take time. Then I put that in the little tab and call it done. And that is week 13 done. I have to say, I absolutely love this layout. I absolutely love it. So yeah, let me know how your project life is going. Are you caught up? Are you behind? But yeah, I've only got a couple of things left from this kit. I am ecstatic about that. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you next time. Bye!